Well, that wasn't too good. We lost transmission there, Facebook. Who's out there? Join me again. Let's give it one more go-round. Broadcasting live on Facebook. We got 2 viewers, 3. They're coming back. We got 9, 11. Give me some comments. Let me be sure that you're still on the main Facebook page. 13 viewers. All right, people are coming back. We're going to have to be patient with this new technology. Let me check my Facebook page to be sure that you and I are in the right location. Okay, I'm back. Let's roll, friends. Who knows what's going to happen here? Let's roll. All right. So there's the ebooks. And a new book is coming out soon. Thank you, Christina. So let's play Super Improver Writing. All right. How do we teach kids the difference between persuasive, expository, and narrative essays? We use the pen essay building. I describe it in detail in the PDF. There's 3 levels: persuasive, expository, and narrative. And this is how you'll teach your kids the difference between these 3 kinds. Lots of details in the PDF. I don't have to go through it verbally. It shows you examples of how to teach essays. And then, those are the 3 gestures: tell a story, hands up, explain a process, and persuade. Summary, and then there is a detailed description in the PDF of the Brainy Essay Building. That's why I don't have to walk through it right now. Here we go. Now, what do kids need as a writing reference manual? They need 3 things. They need a list of topics. They need a list of adjectives, adverbs, and prepositions. And they need these Brainies, all of which are free from whole brain teaching. That's what they need. Why is writing so hard? There's too many skills to master. So the answer that took me so long to figure out is improve one writing skill at a time. The big secret: pick a topic, write on it for 5 minutes, add an improvement strategy, and then write on a new topic. You'll see improvement in writing in 10 minutes. Why? Work on one skill and you'll get better at it. If you want to add other things to this program, tell you what we're going to do. You can modify it as you wish. How do we motivate students to work extremely hard? That's the big question. We use the Super Improver team. If you're using the Super Improver team, tell your colleagues online right now how much you love it. We're not going to give away stars. We're giving away star lines. So you can give 1 star or 2 star, 2-star lines, 3-star lines. That gives you over 1,000 rewards, reward for improvement. If you're using the Super Improver, let us know. There's the Super Improver. And you can find details online. April loves it. And here's how we move up on the Super Improver. Kids just change their colors. 10 stars, you move up. Becky likes it. Teaching Heart loves it. They work so hard for stars, don't they, Christina? All right, now here we go. Here's persuasive writing. You've seen it before. I'll go quickly. You start with warming up on the brainies, then game 1 is oral, fill in the blanks, kids do this, then add a capital, game 2, add a period, game 3, add a because clapper, game 4, add an and I'll show you the gestures in a second. And now, fill in the blanks, add some commas, and then let the kids pick the strategy they want to improve. I'll show you the gestures in a second. Then at the gold level, let them pick 2 or more. Let kids make choices deeply engaging. What do you want to improve? You decide, my friend. And here are the gestures. Here they are. This is capital, a big letter, period, like putting on the brakes, because clapper, and comma, zoop. Those are the gestures that kids will use in collaboration. All right, let's go. So that's persuasive sentences. Here is persuasive paragraphs, 9 games. So there are the new gestures. I'll review those in a second. And so now they make a paragraph with a green, blue, and red sentence. Visuals are so powerful. Great for English language learners. Now pick one skill to improve. That's the silver game. Pick 2 or more skills to improve. That's the gold game. Kids love the silver and gold. Here is the 2 rule. 2 sentences in a row cannot start with the same word. And here is perfect neatness, game 14. Game 15, add a detail adder. Add a sentence that describes what you just said. Then use the 2 rule and perfect neatness. Carefully scaffolded. And the 5 rule is important. Every sentence must be 5 words or longer. Give me an oh yeah. Silver and gold kids, you're right, Stacy, they really buy into it. And here's game 18. Now pick 2 or more of the skills. And the gold game, don't you think that kids are going to buy into silver and gold games when they get to choose what to work on? Tiffany, thank you. Color coding is the great cue. Now, here are the gestures. Let me go over them, please. Here are the gestures. The gestures are capital, period, because clapper, and comma, zoop, indent, pushing the words across, tell me more, detail adder. All right, we're racing through this, so it's going to be easy for you to review. Now, the essays. I'll go over the gestures in a second. So now you just take the green, blue, and red, and you build paragraphs out of them, 3 to 5 sentence paragraphs. Then, pick 2 or more. The 2 rule or the 5 rule, perfect neatness, adjectives or new topics, and the gold rule, pick 3 or more. Same scaffolding. Once kids see the pattern, it runs itself. The video will not be published in the form of a PDF, but the PDF will be published. Now, background information. Kids need to give you background information, so they write a letter to an intelligent pet. Then a little bit longer background information. Now check this out. Then you drop the background information in at the top of the essay, and you go with your triple whammy. Who's loving an essay that starts with background information on what you're persuading about? Tell us about soccer, and then convince us about soccer. The video will not be embedded into the PDF, but it will be on Facebook. And now the pick 2 rule, 5 rule, perfect neatness. Give them a silver game, give them a gold game. We still have to add quotations, so give them practice just in writing quotations. Remember, every quotation must be followed by a detail adder. Quote something and then make a remark about it that says why you quoted it. So kids here can actually make up authorities if you want to go slowly, and then embed the quotations with the details adders. It'll be on Facebook forever, my friends. Give me a, oh yeah, that's the advantage over Periscope. Then we want sentences that are no longer than 12 words. And pick 2 or more. And here is game 34. Pick all of them. And that's the whole system. That was the persuasive writing system. The expository writing system is coming up next in case we lose broadcast. Expository writing, very simple. Who's loving the persuasive system? Let me see some comments. Oh, we got this. Hearts flowing across the screen. All right, here we go. Expository writing. Very similar. Hello, Kathy. Now, same gestures, totally differentiated. Here is how to teach subject-verb agreement. Give them some starters and give them some finishers. When you see subject-verb agreement, you'll flip. They don't fill it in, it does it for them. For example, I am in the woods. I was under the tree. Subject-verb agreement. They do a starter and a finisher, starter and a finisher. Yes, a triple whammy sentence, absolutely, Stacy, can have more than 12 words. The video will be offered on YouTube. Here is our first expository sentence. You recognize the pattern. And we continue on as we did with persuasive. Here we are with the and. Here we are with the triple whammy expository. The only difference is, instead of because, it's is or are. Soccer is fun, lively, and good exercise. We're explaining what soccer is. Add the commas. Pick 1, silver expository sentence. Pick 2 or more, gold expository, and that's the whole expository sentence. Is or are. Let's do paragraphs. Very similar. But now we're going to use the words first, second, and third with green, blue, and red. We didn't use that with persuasive. That's the main difference. I hope I'm coming to your school, Erica. So, silver game expository, gold game expository. Add some details, the 5 rule, perfect neatness, scaffold, scaffold, scaffold. Each game scaffolds. The 7 rule, now I'm saying at this point, every sentence must be 7 words or longer. You decide what's best for your class. There is the silver game, there's the gold game, and that was all of the paragraph. Let's do expository essays. Here we go. Once they can write a persuasive essay, I think is the easiest. Expository is a piece of cake. Instead of convincing, you describe, you explain with is or are. So there's the expository essay, game 20. Game 21 is an adjective builder. Give me an oh yeah. Let's put some adjectives in there. Silver game, gold game, background information. Background information, we need that in an expository. Each game is one lesson, that's right, Meredith. The ebook will be available on Facebook as soon as I finish here. Add a little more background information. Build up that expository essay with background information. Let's do some visual information, some auditory information. Let's make it lively. And let's do some feelings and plug that stuff in, visual, sound, and feelings. There's game 30. Add some quotations. Just have them practice quotations. Quotations must be followed by detail adder, just as before. There's the expository essay, the full-fledged 5-paragraph college-style expository essay with quotations, with visual, sound, and feeling information, a nice little conclusion, step by step, and it's over. All right, reactions. We're going to do narrative next in case we lose transmission. So persuasive and expository, the main difference is expository is blank, is, or are, and we want to add visual, sound, and feeling information to our expository essays. These are great for anchor charts. College and elementary grade, says Nancy. All right, let's roll. We want a nice short video. Now narrative is so cool, but it's different. So same gestures. And here's their idea list. They need a bunch of story ideas. Now, narrative, we start with a paragraph. Tell me a 3-sentence story. First sentence, the start of the story. Second sentence, the middle of the story. Third sentence, the end of the story. Get them writing 3-sentence stories. Can you dig it, Lynette, down there in Australia? 3-sentence stories. That's how we build narrative. Then, work on neatness, pick one. Use your 5 rule. We don't want short little narrative sentences. Are you digging the narrative? This is a new pattern, but I think it's so easy to learn. If you like it, like it. And pick 3 or more. Stacy says it's transformed kindergarten writing. Now, we want the 2 rule, 2 sentences in a row, can't start with the same words. Now, the 2 rule and the 5 rule. 5 rules, sentences must be 5 words or longer. Wow, I'm getting a ton of likes all over here. You're loving the narrative. Thank you, Christina. Trying to stay ahead of you, Christina. And here's a way to build adjectives. The game is self-explanatory. Just look at the PDF. Now, give me a 3-sentence story with an adjective in each sentence. You see how slowly we build this? Then add 2 sentences. Throw in a level if you want, adding story elements. Now add a detail adder. Make this more detailed. Now we have a narrative essay. 3 to 5 sentences about the start of the story, 3 to 5 sentences about the middle, 3 to 5 sentences about the end, and 2 sentences in a row cannot start with the same word. If you could get your kids writing this, and they can do it in kindergarten, how far ahead would you be than where you are right now? Add some visual information. Add some sound information. Add some feeling information. VSF, visual, sound, and feeling. Put it in every paragraph. To the moon, says Liz. Let's do some quotations. Here's exactly how to structure a quotation. Throw the quotations in there. Pick 2 or more. Pick them all. And that was the narrative essay. So, Persuasive, expository, and narrative, the whole system. But I'm not done yet. Oh no. Who would like to know how to use this system to write book reports? I'll just wait for the excitement to build and then subside. Want to see how we adapt the system for book reports? Setup day for third graders. Perfect for doing a narrative story. Very great, Christina. Jessica, you want book reports. Kathy wants book reports. Rhonda wants book reports. Grace wants book reports. Lori wants book reports. I don't know. I don't see enough exclamation marks, my friend. I'm just going to stop and start drinking. If there was exclamations, if the hearts were flowing across the screen, if I was getting lots of likes, I'd show you the book report format. But I'm feeling the excitement build. Gee, you're wonderful. All right. You just assigned book reports. Now here's a better way to do it. Thank you, my friends. Here we go. Book reports. I will, Kathy, just for you. You're one of my favorites. Here's book reports. So you quote the title, you give the author, and you finish the sentence. So I give a sample. The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway is a story about Santiago, a Cuban fisherman who catches a huge marlin. Title, author, say something about the book. That's how you start. Can you dig that, Michelle Shelton, you magnificent writing teacher? That's your first sentence. Second sentence, give me 2 to 4 sentences, background about the book. The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway is a story about Santiago, a Cuban fisherman who catches a huge marlin. Let's do background. Santiago is poor and has not caught a fish in weeks. After a long struggle, Santiago catches the marlin, but sharks attack and eat the fish. There's almost my first paragraph. And then evaluate the book. Is it exciting, boring, good, dull, interesting, great? And give a triple whammy. So you turn a book report into a persuasive essay. Let's go over that again. A book report is a persuasive essay. Title, author, say something about the book. Talk in general about the book. Background information, then a triple whammy. This book is great, boring, mysterious, and give your 3 triple whammy reasons. You see the beauty of that. They just follow the color coding pattern they've been using all along. That's why I think you should start with persuasive. Let's look at the rest of the pattern. I'm getting a lot of excitement out there. All right. Triple whammy in full effect, says Becky. Anchor chart in the classroom. Yes, Chelsea. So then you just build a triple whammy essay. Green, blue, and red. Put a conclusion in. That's our next game. Put some quotations in, as we've taught you. And that's it. Now, what about expository writing prompts? Who would like to see this system adapted to expository writing prompts? Boom, says Ashley. Now remember, coach likes excitement. There's another game here, expository writing prompts. Kind of a mystery how to do this. I'll wait for the excitement to build. I'm taking another drink of California Clear. Expository writing prompts is tough. Daryl says hot dog. Be still my heart, says 6 hours. I'm getting all kind of smileys and thumbs up and hearts. I'm feeling the vibe here. Let's go. Here we go. Expository writing prompts. So what I say is, you get an expository writing prompt and then just state the question. What is the question? What am I being asked? The question is blah, 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 blah. The question is, how would I organize a campaign if I wanted to be student president? The question is, how would I find out what a healthy meal is? Just restate the question. and give kids practice in reading a writing prompt and paraphrasing the question. Yes, a book report suitable for lower grades, a simplified version. Then, add 2 to 4 background sentences about the question. Just talk about the question. Then go, my answer is blah, 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 and blah, blah. State the question, talk about the question, and then give a 3-part answer with 3 paragraphs, with a conclusion, with a quotation from the prompt if necessary, or if you're supposed to look up stuff. And then persuasive writing prompt, very simple. The question is, paraphrase the question. Then add background sentences about the question. Say what your answer is, because blah, 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 and blah, blah. Make it a paragraph. Add some conclusion. That's your persuasive writing prompt and a quotation. And narrative, use the same pattern as narrative essay games. Now, here's the appendix. Pay close attention. First, this is how to make your school into a whole brain writing school. Every adult is a writing teacher. Have brainies everywhere. Pick a brainy of the week. Do Red-Groen Dotty proofreading and advanced Red-Groen Dotty proofreading, and I'll go over that now. Listen carefully. You don't need to correct student papers. Students need to learn how. So the kids are writing, and you're saying, I want you to work on adjectives. You have a red marker that puts a dot at a sentence that doesn't have an adjective or a weak adjective, and a green dot with a good use of an adjective. Red dot, green dot on a particular skill, and move on. Red dot, green dot, particular skill, and move on. In the act of writing, not 2 weeks later when the paper comes back. You don't mark up the papers. The kids are practicing, and you tell them how to improve their practice. Who has used Red-Groen Dotty proofreading? Let me know. It's the only way to learn. If you're playing tennis, a week later, if I tell you what was wrong with your game, that's not when to fix it. Stacy says it works. Liz has tried it. Nancy is all exclamation-y. Daryl, I bet, is going to try it, or Kim. Rhonda, but not very well. Work on it, Rhonda. And then, here's the next step. Give every kid a red and green marker, and let them put a red mark by something that needs improving, like a sentence that's too short. Put a green mark by a sentence that's exactly the right length. Put a red mark by a messy capital. Put a green mark by a neat capital. One writing skill at a time. Let kids figure it out for themselves. They'll have more fun and you'll get more engagement. Who's so excited about Red-Groen Dotty? Here's 2 supplements we strongly recommend. The Genius Ladder and Super Speed Grammar, both available free at wholebrainteaching.com. Now here's the big point. I'm going to summarize the big point. Listen carefully. Here's the big point. So, 1, I'm going to let you see it on the screen. I'll go closer. Your class should practice writing skills 30 minutes a day, ideally in 2 15-minute blocks. Students should use oral writing, brainy gestures, often during collaborative learning. As soon as possible, students should proofread their own papers, marking a weak writing feature with a red dot and a strong writing feature with a green dot. You select the writing feature that should be marked. Practice one writing skill at a time with many, many repetitions. Reward all improvements with star lines on the Super Improvers team. Celebrate improvements. Modify the program as needed and emphasize this. Super Improver writing is a game with levels, just like a video game. Yes, That's the beauty of the system. It's just like a video game. With levels, master a skill, move on to a new game. Kids love video games because they're constantly challenged, but not too much, and they love moving up levels. That's what to emphasize. Now, this is the last webcast of the season. We will start new webcasts in August, and the first one is going to be a doozy. Here is who to follow. Here are a ton of resources. If you want on-site training, email me at chrisbiffle@wholebrainteaching.com. My summer schedule is getting booked up. We will discuss writing in detail at the Las Vegas conference all day. Now, if you want to be an all-star, it says tune in after the webcast. I think this webcast is long enough. Let's just go right to it. If you want special freebies, you want to be an all-star, you're willing to help us, you want to join the movement, email Nancy Stoltenberg at wholebrainteaching.com. Nancy will occasionally send you special freebies. She'll give you missions, and you've joined the movement. Remember what your mom and dad said? They want you to make a change in the world. This is your chance. Email Nancy. Here's what we want you to do. We need, take a picture of the screen if you can. I don't know if you can, but take a picture of the screen. We need more views on our brand new manners video. It'll come in the PDF. You can click on the PDF. Manners video. Get us some more views. It took off like a shot. We got 2,700 views in 2 days. Send the message out there. Let's have some classrooms that are mannerly. Thanks, Mike. You saw it? So that's what we want. Send it out. Watch the video and share. That's right, Nancy. Thank you, Mike. All right. So, now we finished. We didn't lose transmission. I'll take some questions. Take some questions. That's the whole thing. The guff counter is really working? Yes, it does really work. Thank you, Katona. All right, Sandra. Thank you, Jeannie. Thank you, Ashley. Ashley, send out the word. Help us. Any questions now? We can take some time because the main part of the video is over. People can quickly review it. Questions on the writing program. You like Facebook better than Periscope? I'm glad because I'm staying with Facebook. You just download the PDF as a PDF. The resources, download the PDF. There's a list of them. You're in. Thank you, Katie. Yes, Meredith, I will review all this at both conferences, a whole day in Las Vegas, a whole day in Shreveport. Better than me, it will be with a grade level breakout leader. Meredith, does that make you happy? Stephanie, you liking Facebook Live? I am too. How do you include the Genius Ladder with the writing game? Genius Ladder is great for a 5-minute warm-up in the morning. Just help them build the sentences. Then I do writing as a separate block. I wouldn't do those two back to back. They're very intense. So warm up with the Genius Ladder. I'm sorry. I have no way to do a PowerPoint. Text-based writing in service this summer. Will this compare? I think so, Daryl. If they want you to write introduction, body, and conclusion, it'll fit, and use my quotation game to build how to quote sources. You bring your BFF, So am I. Waiting list, Tiffany, I am so sorry. The Louisiana conference closed in 10 days. I would definitely, Christina, integrate the Genius Ladder into morning meeting. Meredith, I'm sorry. I wish I could come and help you out. Thank you, Ashley. I'd love to come to North Dakota. Stephanie, we'll see you in Las Vegas. Do you hold a child responsible for previously learned skills? That's your call. For red and green, I would just say, I want you to mark just this one thing we're working on today. And then later in the writing session, say, now I want you to mark something we looked at the other day. But just mark one thing at a time. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to tell what the red and green mark is for. So if you're working on spacing, mark spacing. If the day before that you worked on the size of periods, now let's go back and put a green mark by your best period, a red mark by your weakest period. No, you don't have to, give it daily. Fit it into your schedule. Rhonda, you could add a new game, modify it as you wish. I'm not doing conclusion till I get to the end of the essay, but if it's lower grades, I'd put a conclusion there. It was amazing, wasn't it, Tiffany? We will miss Pineville, Louisiana for the rest of our days. But we have some great, great teachers in Bossier and some wonderful teachers in Shreveport. They're all wonderful. Any more questions for your coach? I'm so glad we got this in without a transmission break. All right, my friends. So let your names and places flow down the screen. If you're all in, let me hear from you. Here we go. Who's in? Names and places flow down the screen. Last webcast of the season, you've got to admit it was a doozy. You're welcome, Sandra. Thanks, Nancy. Christy, you're all in. Liz from Elizabeth. Wichita. Waco. I'm going to be in Waco. Grace is in. Denver. In Florida. San Diego, Nancy. The video will be on Facebook. Rhonda from Wichita. Sean is all in. Sherry from South Carolina. You're welcome. Gillette, Wyoming, San Antonio, Knoxville, Tennessee, Fillmore, California. Yes, just one game at a time. All in Palm Springs. We were just down there. Jeannie from Utah. Thank you, Jeannie. All right, it's Coach B. Power to the teachers. Power to the kids. I'll post the PDF in a few minutes. See you in August. God bless us all.